The house is rocking here at Safeco Field in Seattle. Tonight, the Mariners are back in town to open up a homestand with the king on the mound. Felix Hernandez will be taking on the high-scoring Toronto Blue Jays. And there is a large contingent of Blue Jays fans coming down from Canada to join us under threatening skies here at Safeco Field. Good to have you with us, everybody. Dave Sims along with Dave Valley tonight. Take a look at the Blue Jays lineup that will face the king.
Here's what John Gibbons has for Felix Hernandez here tonight. In the leadoff spot will be Jose Reyes, followed by Josh Donaldson, Jose Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion, Justin Smoke, Diana Navarro, Danny Valencia, Kevin Pillar, and Devon Travis. Josh Donaldson leading the team in average and RBIs with 65 on the mound for the Mariners. The king, 12. He's got 19 starts. His record of 11-5. Looking for win number 12 with an ERA of 2.77. He has 117 strikeouts over 123 innings. And what it would be for the Mariners to come home and get win number 1 to start this homestand off defensively. Here's a look at the American Family Insurance defensive lineup for the Seattle Mariners. Out in the outfield, Seth Smith, Austin Jackson, and Nelson Cruz. Across the infield, Kyle Seager, Brad Miller, Robinson Cano, Logan Morrison, Mike Zunino behind the dish. Last start for Felix Hernandez. Was back on Sunday against the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. 6 innings, 5 hits, gave up only 1 run. That was earned. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts.
Big crowd expected here tonight and for this weekend as the Blue Jays come to town. And tonight, special night, you got Felix on the mound. And it's fireworks night coming up after this ball game. Mariners coming in after a 3-2 win in 12 innings at Detroit yesterday. Wade McClendon, the skipper, said it was a signature win for this ball club. Jose Reyes going to lead it off. First pitch is in there for a strike. Home plate umpire tonight is Greg Gibson. Jim Joyce is at first, Chad Fairchild at second, and Sam Holbrook at third. Felix with a 6-6 record, 4.53 ERA against the Jays. 1-2 here at Safeco Field. Didn't see Reyes last time. Mariners took 2 out of 3. May weekend, May 22, 23, and 24. There's a high chopper. Felix, he throws it away. Reyes can scoop. He will hold right there at second. Took a chance. And how many times have we seen it over the career? You're playing this. Get a pitcher off of that familiar environment of the mound, get him off, and then something like that happens.
Stuff happens when you get him out of that comfort zone of the dirt of the mound. Felix typically a very good defensive pitcher. This time that ball looks like it just sails. You could tell by the grip on the ball, it didn't have that good solid grip as it sails up and over Logan Morrison. It would have been a close play anyway. This ball hits right off the mound and just hangs in the air for a long time.
I'm surprised they even made an attempt because Reyes is one of the faster guys we have.
And it was a very tough angle. You saw it was a great camera angle right there. Great shot by our camera crew showing the very small window that Felix had to throw to first base.
Felix got to work against the always tough Josh Donaldson, who leads the league in RBIs, tied with Jose Bautista with 65, along with Kendrys Morales and Mark Teixeira, leading vote getter in the All-Star game. This guy's having a sensational year. 3rd in runs scored, 3rd in hits, 2nd in total bases, 3rd in multi-hit games, and on it goes. Bouncing ball, fair ball. Seager's got it, throws and got him. Reyes to third, throw to third, not in time.
Jose Reyes with that great speed gets a good jump. As soon as Kyle Seager lets the ball go, he takes off. This ball right down the line. Umpire calls it fair. Kyle has to get rid of it across the diamond. Reyes with good base running instincts. Lomo comes up firing, but with the great speed of Jose Reyes, he gets in there easily.
So already a tremendous scoring opportunity for the Jays, who lead Major League Baseball 5.29 runs per ball game. Total of 513 runs. Here's Bautista, co-leader in RBIs.
These guys sure have a strong 2-3-4, don't they?
It's ridiculous.
You got Josh Donaldson with 65, Jose Bautista with 65 RBIs, followed by Edwin Encarnacion with 55.
It's a formidable lineup. Third in batting average in the league at .263. Two-0 to Bautista, who's 7 for 23 with 2 homers against Felix.
See the defense there just slightly showing him to pull in the outfield. Robinson Cano shading up the middle.
Jays as a team, runners in scoring position, .293 batting average. .293 runners in scoring position.
That's pretty strong. I think one of the secrets when you're hitting with runners in scoring position is to stay short. Don't try to do too much. Pitchers are going to typically be a little bit pickier as far as what they throw you.
2-1 pitch. Bounced foul. 2-2. Bautista, 302 hitter, runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs, with 2 homers and 26 runs batted in. Joey Bats.
Rio's 4 lifetime against Felix Hernandez. Kings Court is on their feet.
A .293 team batting average, runners in scoring position, leads the American League. Count runs full.
This would be a big strikeout right here to Jose Bautista. Encarnacion waiting on deck.
Early trouble for Felix. 3-2 to Bautista. Another pull shot, foul past Luis Rivera, third base coach. Tim Light coach at first base. There's the career numbers for Joey Bats. Kings Court wants to erupt with a strikeout if Felix can turn it loose. 3-2.
Bautista staying tough right here. He's fouled off some tough pitches. You can take a look at the EQC tracer. A lot of pitches outside the strike zone that he's made contact with to stay alive.
Toronto Ball Club is second in the American League East to the Yankees, 5.5 off the pace. They're going to play them a dozen more times coming down the stretch. Mariners come in 4th in the West, 10.5 off the pace. Look at that. Teams with highest batting average. Baltimore just got swept at the Yankees. Minnesota will see them soon, and we'll see Kansas City again in September. 3-2 pitch. What a battle this is.
Another changeup down out of the strike zone. Great location by the King. Bautista's just barely making contact.
John Gibbons in his second tour of duty with this Blue Jays ball club. Struggling on the road at 21-29. They've lost 11 of their last 18 on the road. 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball.
And another pitch down out of the strike zone.
Got 2 alpha males here, and neither one of them budging. The run scored. Look at the separation. Toronto to New York. Detroit, we saw plenty of them in the last 4 days. Houston and Oakland.
We haven't seen a fastball from Felix other than one that was in off the plate. Let's see if he goes out or away.
Pitch number 10 in this at bat. Here it comes. Walked him. Talked about it the last couple of days in Detroit. Need some Mariner fans come to the ballpark these next 3 days, because the Blue Jays fans are thick as thieves here right now.
Good luck. That's a good call by the first base umpire. Bautista looked like he did hold. What an at-bat that was there. But you got Encarnacion, good man for 2 right here.
Encarnacion, 19 homers, 55 runs batted in. There you go. Check with Jim Joyce. He says no. Encarnacion 5 for 23 against Felix. That's what he did up in Toronto. Mariners won the first game up in Toronto 4-3. Took the second game 3-2. Jays won the finale 8-2. 1-0 pitch. Blocked by Zunino, ball 2.
A changeup right there from Felix. Felix looking to get Encarnacion to hit it, a ground ball on for a double play.
Felix with 11 wins trying to join Dallas Keuchel as the only 12-game winners in the American League to date. 2-0 pitch. Put it in play. Homo does not have a play at the plate. He turns his back. Here comes Reyes and the play. He's safe. Lomo turned his back. Reyes came down the line, stopped, and as soon as he turned his back, here he comes and he scores the run. It's 1-0 Toronto.
Jose Reyes with another great base running move here. This time between third and home. Take a look at him. He holds up. He's about a third of the way there. He waits until Lomo turns his back and then slides safely underneath the tag of Mike Zunino.
1-0 Jays. 2 outs. Bautista to second.
Mike Zunino pretty far out there in front of home plate, having to reach a long way back.
Fielder's choice, RBI for Bautista.
One of the things, Dave, I've seen a lot of this year are catchers, because of the whole collision play and the kind of the misunderstanding. I think you see more and more catchers too far out in front of home plate, knowing that you're not going to get run over. You can almost take a throw as if a second baseman was taking a throw on a stolen base.
Next Mariner, Justin Smoak looks at a breaking ball for a strike.
Here's what Marsden turns his back and takes his time right there. And ultimately see Jose Reyes sliding in.
Smoak playing in his 75th game. He's got 9 homers, 28 runs batted in. It's outside, 2-1. That did not work out the way they wanted to address. Terrific base run. Slap to the left side. A sinking drive caught by Smitty. Seth Smith stayed with it. What an interesting start here in the first inning. Jays take a 1-0 lead against Felix. The Mariners coming to bat. Go Estrada matching up with Felix Hernandez. Estrada took the loss back on May 22nd, a 4-3 Mariner win. Phillies got the win. Let's take a look at the Mariner betting order that he'll face tonight.
Here are your Chevron starting lineups for the Seattle Mariners. In the leadoff spot will be Austin Jackson, followed by Kyle Seager, Nelson Cruz in right field, Robbie Cano, Seth Smith, Mark Trumbo, Logan Morrison, Brad Miller, and Mike Zunino. Robbie Cano, ever since they put him in that leadoff spot, has been on fire, hitting .500. Marco Estrada on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's started 20 games, 7-5 with a 3.22 ERA. Fastball, cutter, slider, and change. The American Family Insurance defensive lineups for the Toronto Blue Jays: Danny Valencia in left, Kevin Pillar and Jose Bautista in the outfield, Josh Donaldson, Jose Reyes at short, Devin Travis and Justin Smoke over at first.
Austin Jackson leading off for the Mariners. 0 for his last 5. Looks at ball 1. Good numbers career against the Blue Jays. There's a strike, 1-1. Estrada in his last outing against the Mariners, 7 innings of 6 hit ball, 4 runs all earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts, 101 pitches. Sharply hit to the shortstop. Reyes stays with it. Good arm to throw out the hustling Jackson. Blue Jays fans, Mariner fans, they showed up early on this Friday night. 24th of July, cloudy, comfortable though. Rain is in the forecast over the weekend. We do have the roots of it. No worries there.
It's been a great atmosphere here today, though.
Yes.
As soon as those gates opened at 5 o'clock, the fans started spilling in.
There's hot hitting third baseman Kyle Seager. 6 for his last 16, a 3-game hitting streak. Shift on for him. So a lot of teams do this for Kyle. He's 1 for 2 against Estrada. Estrada just turned 32 years old back on July 5. Out of Sonora, Mexico, lives in Glendale, Arizona. Been with Washington 08, 09, and then Milwaukee from 10 through last year. That's what he did in his last start. Beat the Rays. Outdueled Chris Archer. 2-1.
One pitch Estrada has added to his repertoire has been a cutter. Trying to keep those left-handed hitters a little bit more off the inside part of the plate. It's been very effective for him.
Seager coming off a great road trip, 10 out of 33. Drives this one to center field. Backing up Pillar, running out of room. He's on the track and he makes the catch. Seager gave it a ride. Like 10 for 33 with 3 homers and 4 runs batted in on the road trip.
See, Kyle Seager has been swinging a hot bat, just squares this ball up right on the sweet spot of the bat. The ball looked like he kind of ran out of gas in straightaway center field. Kevin Pillar, quality center fielder for the Toronto Blue Jays, runs it down.
He will go get it too. He's one of these guys that, you know, he has no respect for the walls in Major League Baseball. He will run into them in a heartbeat. There's Nelson Cruz. Nelly 7 for 30 on the road trip. 3 of the hits home runs. Drove in 4. Got a 3-game hitting streak working.
Boy, did he put a charge in that ball in Comerica Park to straightaway center field.
Yes, he did. And then that was super impressive over just below the camera setup. And then he hit the other one to right field and hit that about 15 rows back.
We talked about power. He's been averaging his home runs average 403. 403 feet. He's got 7 of them over 430.
Well, if you're a Blue Jay fan, how about this? Nelly, over the course of his career, is a .302 hitter against the Jays. 77 hits, 18 homers, 66 runs batted in. Take his base. 4-pitch walk. Sets up nicely here for the Mariners. Robinson Cano is batting cleanup, and that's been a big. It's been a really good home for him recently. Last 4 games. 8 for 16 batting in a 4-hole, and 162 career starts batting cleanup, a .332 hitter, 37 homers and 134 ribbies.
Sometimes it's hard to explain when guys find that right slot. It just works. Clearly for Robbie, he's very comfortable hitting in that cleanup spot.
Take a look at our lows. Never stop improving. Robinson Cano's month of July, it has been outstanding. Batting average at .354. The on base is outstanding as well. Scintillating slugging percentage. The 5 bombs, the 5 doubles, and 12 runs batted in.
Now those are the numbers that reflect who Robinson Cano is as a hitter.
You bet. I tell Mike all the time, over the course of his career, the second half of the season, he's a .318 career second half hitter.
You know, just watching the change from the first half all the way through June 30th, and then from July 1 on. You know, Edgar got here June 20th. And it takes time to really start to build that communication with your guys. But I know one of the things Edgar was wanting to do with Robbie was getting him kind of back towards the center of the field. And what I mean by that, first half, he was rolling over, trying to pull everything. He was getting out in front. Now he's letting that ball travel. He's hitting more balls in the air, 10% more fly balls now in July than prior. And we've seen what he does when he hits the ball in the air. Home runs to center field at Yankee Stadium, left field in Comerica Park.
Strike one to Robbie. 3-1.
And the biggest thing, Dave, he's still, when he has that approach, right, left center, center field, he's still able to turn on that inside pitch like we saw against Pineda. So look at that last pitch.
He thought it was high.
Well, you know, anytime the catcher feels the need to move it, it tells me it's a ball, right? You saw him right there.
Because you did it. You know.
Catch and pull. Catch and pull.
Here we go, 3-1. Cruz at first. 1-0 Jays. Pitch. Popped it up. Going back is Travis. Coming into center fielder Pilar. And Pilar makes the catch. Runner stranded into first. Jays lead it 1-0. Airlines, 80 non-stop destinations and growing. By your local Ford stores. By the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Chris Young August 14th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. I-90 bridge brought a lot of folks over here, including probably that gentleman right there with his big Felix poster. Take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Mariners coming off a 3-4 road trip. They're in the second inning. Switch inning catcher, veteran Deanna Navarro leads off. Navarro hitting at 227. Fouls one off. Russell Martin, the everyday catcher, getting a day off.
Yeah, typically with a day game after a night game, that your starting catcher is going to pick either one or the other.
The 0-2. First strikeout of the night for Felix Hernandez, to the delight of the Kings court. One away here in the second inning as we take a look at our Coors Light cold hard facts for Mr. Hernandez. He matches Jamie Moyer now, most starts in Mariner history. Randy Johnson, congratulations to him going into the Hall of Fame this weekend. Mike Moore, Mark Langston, and Freddie Garcia close out that list. Felix with his first strikeout of the evening brings up Danny Valencia. Valencia's been with Baltimore, Kansas City, and Minnesota.
Valencia having a nice season, hitting .303 with 7 home runs and 28 RBIs. Tonight hitting in his 7th hole.
Talking to Marlo Hale, bench coach for the Jays, and it's marveling at how many runs they're scoring. We score them in unbelievable bunches, and then we go in a drought. If we can put 6-7 on you in a heartbeat in an inning, then you may not hear from us. And so the biggest problem, that one-run games for the Jays, they're 10 and 20. Strike 3 call as Valencia caught looking, 2 away, and the Jays in 2-run games are 3 and 11.
Ouch. See the action right there from Felix Hernandez as he paints that outside corner, freezing Danny Valencia.
Felix now with 119 strikeouts on the season.
That pitch is just like almost not fair because it just came back, moved about a foot.
Bouncing ball charged by Seager. Nice and easy for Felix here in the second inning. 2 strikeouts and an easy ground out. 7 pitches to get us 3 outs. Let's get some offense cranking. 1-0 Blue Jays. Take a look at our UPS Store weekend weather report. Tomorrow at game time at 1 o'clock, 66 degrees, showers. Sunday game time at 1 o'clock, more showers at 65. So you are now well aware of what we're dealing with here. Got that wonderful roof will keep us covered.
Am I the only one that sounds really good? Some showers. My lawn needs it. All my plants are dying.
You got nobody to call in the bullpen, huh? Seth Smith to lead it off, followed by Mark Trumbo and Logan Morrison. Shift on against Seth. Looks like strike one, 1-1.
The Blue Jays are another team that is employing the shift on a regular basis. John Gibbons, the skipper for the Toronto Blue Jays.
He's a highly regarded catching prospect. The Met organization, right around the time I think that was in the early 80s.
Yeah, we came up pretty much. He was just a little ahead of me.
Yeah. On 2 pitch. And struck him out. One away. First strikeout for Estrada. Sunday, Kyle Seager poster day here at Safeco Field. Mariners will wrap up this series with the Jays at 110. Thanks to Topps. All youngsters are going to take home a poster of the Gold Glover, plus a baseball card set featuring your favorite major leaguers. Get your tickets at mariners.com. There's Mark Trumbo. Gets out of the way of a breaking ball.
Speaking of Topps, were you a baseball card collector?
Oh, man, please, of course. Come on, man. I'm a red-blooded American here. What are you talking about?
Did you put them in your bicycle?
Of course I did. To my, at this stage of my life, much of my regret and chagrin. Yes, sir.
Okay, how about this one? In the schoolyard, did you play flip?
Absolutely.
Just ruin the edges for all the card collectors out there. They're probably cringing hearing us talking about flipping a brand new card into a cement wall.
Yep.
Play knockdown.
Yep.
I love that one.
Oh man, we're doing the same thing. A lot of parallels there, my man. 2-0 to Trumbo. Big swing and a miss. Trumbo 5 for 22 in the road trip. A couple runs batted in. 2-2. Two for 5 with an RBI yesterday's game. 3-2.
I was hoping that bat would start to heat up in the second half.
Need it, that's for sure. 3-2 pitch. Takes it for ball 4. Second Mariners base runner, both via walks. Here's how Toronto got its run in the first inning. Encarnacion at the plate. This ball goes down a line. Lomo thought he had to play the plate. Then he turned his back on Reyes. His better bet probably would have been walk down the line and get Encarnacion and keep Reyes at third.
Yeah, he had a number of things that he could have done. And then also Mike Zunino's way out in front of home plate right there. No chance to apply a tag to Jose Reyes. But you're right, Dave. He could have just took that ground ball and started coming after Encarnacion. The play would have stayed in front of him. But as soon as he turned his back, it was almost as if his whole body kind of relaxed. And that's when Jose Reyes took advantage. Great speed. He also had a nice play between second and third to get over to third right after Kyle Seager threw the ball across the diamond. He advanced 90 feet.
Can't say enough about the element of speed, Val. You've played with teams that have had it, and you've played against teams that had it, and how you had to defend it, and how it affected what you guys did.
Speed is such an advantage, I think, in the game of baseball. It just puts so much pressure on the defense. You know, we're talking about Jose Reyes. I think of some other great leadoff hitters that I played against, the Ricky Hendersons and Kenny Loftons. You didn't want to see those guys on base because the defense was kind of always a little bit more tense out there, because you know you could not make a mistake or they were going to take advantage of it.
0-2 to Morrison. 1 out. Runner on. Up high for ball 1. 0-2 pitch. Back up the middle, base hit. Reached out and poked it into center field. Trumbo's going to get the third, so the Mariners in business. 1 out, runners at the corners.
Solid base hit right back up through the middle for Logan Morrison. Morrison gets that bat head out there. Reaches out, but gets it on the sweet spot. As that ball shoots right back through the middle. Good job by Mike Trumbo reading that was a slow ball once it hit the outfield grass, and he advanced from second to third. This is where the Mariners got to take advantage of those opportunities to put a run up on the board here.
1 out. Mariners only hitting .210, runners in scoring position. That's got to change for the better. Brad Miller popped up, foul on a play. That .210 batting average, lowest in the major leagues. Conversely, Toronto's .293, the best in the big leagues. Back. Lloyd McClendon before the game talking about yesterday's game being a signature win. He said our guys were fired up coming home. Talking about guts and perseverance. So talking about odds stacked against them. Iwakuma had bad numbers against Detroit. David Price was on the mound. Things worked out for the Mariners. He said I didn't have to go in, and Lloyd said I did not have to go into that clubhouse and fire guys up. They were all jacked after that win yesterday.
Yeah, there's something about winning in extra innings. You're tired. It's been a long day out there. You've had a lot of opportunities, but you still are able to pull that win, and there's nothing better than winning on getaway day.
4 hours and 33 minutes. Man. Well, I'd say the win made the flight home seem like it was 2.5 hours instead of 4 change. But that was a good point.
The beauty of a win.
You know it. Ed Miller trying to pick up a run here, tie this ball game up, or he can put the Mariners in front. Runners at the corners. He's got a battle here at 1 and 2. Striking out. 2 away. Second strikeout for Estrada.
Estrada just rears back. This is a 4-seam fastball right down the middle of the plate. Brad Miller coming underneath the ball.
So runners at the corners, and it's nice to say it brings up a hot Mike Zunino. 4-game hitting streak, 5 for his last 12.
Yeah, Mike didn't start in yesterday's game, but had a big part in that win.
Got the gamer in the 12th inning.
I was on MLB Now yesterday, and we were cutting in and out of your guys' game, and Mike made that pick of a slider in the dirt. Unbelievable backhand pick, came up and fired and threw out Anthony Gose, who has great speed. That was a huge play in that ball game.
1-1 to Mike. That was a great play. Great play. Give a little love to Jesus Sucre too on a pitch out. He gunned down Rajay Davis in the 9th.
As you look at Mike Zunino, it's really a feather in his cap that even though he has struggled offensively, his defense has not wavered. He's still getting the job done back there, still leading the pitching staff, still blocking balls. You don't see any carryover, which is really important.
That's rare. He's got an opportunity here. Nothing like a 2-out RBI knock right now. 2-1, 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Two and 2.
There's a changeup right here from Estrada on the outside part of the plate. Zunino a little bit out front. See if he comes back with another one. Backs it up.
2 and 2. Runners at the corners. Outside count, runs full. Big pitch coming up. Runners are going to be on the move. At least the runner at first will be. Trumbo holding at third. Will be careful, obviously. Austin Jackson on deck. Mariners trying to ride some momentum with Felix. Mariners have not won back-to-back games since June 30 and July 1 at San Diego. 3-2 to Zunino. Hit well, left field, but right at the left fielder, Danny Valencia. The Mariners strand 2, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. Jays lead at 1-0. As we take a look at our Arco top tier performer, George Thomas Seaver, Mel Stottlemyre out of Yakima Valley, lives in Issaquah, and Felix Hernandez. Highest quality start percentage. Mel had some great years on some bad Yankee teams after the Yankee dynasty went away, mid to late 60s into the 70s. He was a terrific pitcher. Seaver's in the Hall of Fame, and you know about Felix, but Mel was a terrific pitcher and a very good pitching coach for a lot of years.
Mel Stottlemyre, one of the great men of the game of baseball.
Here, here.
He was my first pitching coach. I was 17 years old up in Bellingham playing for the Bellingham Mariners. Mel was my first pitching coach. Got a chance to meet all his boys. They were all running around the field, but helped me tremendously as a young catcher, understanding what my responsibility was for that pitchers. Mel, if you're watching, we love you. You are the best.
Here, here. Devin Travis, highly regarded second baseman. He was injured when the Mariners were in Toronto in late May. Having a good year. 293, 7 homers. Kings Court looking for the third K. They don't get it on that pitch. Travis leading off. He's batting in the 9-hole, followed by Jose Reyes and Josh Donaldson. 2 strikeouts for Felix thus far. He got Navarro and Valencia in the second inning. Here's the 2-2. That runs full.
One more Mel Stottlemyre story. I'm at Yankees Stadium. It's Old Timers Day. I just came over from New Jersey to watch the game, and they were introducing all the Yankees. And all of a sudden, you know, the way they do it at the stadium is they give all your stats up there.
Ground ball to Miller. Good hop. 1 away.
To give all your stats, and then they name the player. So I'm standing right next to Jim Liveland. They were playing the Detroit Tigers, and I'm looking. I go, Jim, look at that. This guy, whoever this guy is, he had 24 complete games that year. And all of a sudden it was, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mel Stottlemyre.
Yes, sir.
And I remember going to Mel right after all the introduction. I went over to the Yankee dugout, and I said, 24 complete games? Will we ever see a pitcher have that many in their career now?
Hearing it. Jose Reyes drops one in front. Austin Jackson, base hit, second of the day. for the Jays. And Reyes, both hits, and here's how Reyes scored the only run of the ballgame. There he is at third. Chopper goes to Lomo, and he reads this nicely with cat and mouse game, and he scores.
Yeah, you saw Reyes was just waiting for the right time to break towards home. He's got that great speed. He kind of caught Logan Morrison sleeping over there at first base.
You can hear Blue Jays fans chanting MVP for Josh Donaldson. Rounded out to third first time. Down the line. Foul ball.
Did you ever understand that trade?
Still don't. I saw him. I talked to Josh today. I said, dude, I still can't believe you're with this club. I can't believe Cespedes is with went from Oakland to Boston to Detroit. He just shook his head.
You just have to wonder, there must have been something other than a baseball trade causing that to happen, because this guy every year he's in the mix for the MVP award.
Converted catcher, now one of the best third basemen in the game. Infield double play depth. Gonna need a ball right at somebody because Reyes can fly.
Felix paying a lot of attention to Jose Reyes over at first. Doesn't have a very aggressive lead, but as we mentioned, tremendous speed.
Reyes, fifth in the league, tied for 15 stolen bases, but foul. And it's ahead on 2.
How about that right there? Leader in RBIs with 65. He's thinking about dropping a bunt down. Kyle Seager playing him way back at third base. Donaldson understanding, though, if he gets it in fair territory, it's probably a base hit. He's got Bautista coming up.
0-2. Strike 3 called. No protest from Donaldson. He knew it. Third strikeout for Felix. 2 outs here in the third.
Big punch out right here by Felix Hernandez. He rears back, throws a little two-seam fastball and paints the inside corner. Donaldson unable to pull the trigger.
Runner goes. Great jump. Bautista takes for ball 1. Stolen base Reyes, his 16th.
Reyes, not a big lead over at first base, but gets a great jump, and you'll see Mike Zunino having a hard time getting that transfer into his throwing hand. Didn't get that good grip, and very smart not to try to make that throw.
Knee buckling breaking ball, 1-1. Tell you what, wasn't a big lead, as you said, but what an explosive start Reyes had. His high speed after step and a half.
He reminds me a lot of Vince Coleman.
Good call.
When he runs. Gets up to maximum speed after 1 or 2 strides.
1-1 pitch. A lot different from the first at bat. Bautista had a 10-pitch at bat. Reyes is stranded at second base as Felix shuts down the Blue Jays here in the third. Jays lead at 1-0. ball game. If you need inspiration, follow us on Pinterest at Ultimate Bucket List. Good to have you with us this Friday night. Dave Sims and Dave Valley with you. Top of the order for the Mariners against Marco Estrada. Here's Austin Jackson. Austin grounded out shortstop his first time. Mariners have had 3 base runners. Cruz walked, Trumbo walked, base hit Morrison through the first 2 innings. That's it. 1-1 to Jackson. Jackson to be followed by Kyle Seager and Nelson Cruz.
Estrada's fastball typically has been right around 90 miles an hour. Not an overpowering guy.
2-2. Estrada won his last ball game against Tampa Bay. Prior to that, a no decision and a loss. In and out of Navarro's glove. Estrada did have a nice run in June. Beat the Mets. Won at Tampa Bay and beat Texas. There you go.
Estrada's only thrown 2 of the 10 first pitches for strikes to the Mariner hitters.
2-2. Kyle Seager on deck. Puck him out. 3 Ks. Estrada 1 away. Here in the 3rd. Join us for a memorable afternoon as we honor Jamie Moyer and induct him into the Mariners Hall of Fame. It all takes place Saturday, August 8th here at Safeco Field. Get here early. Enjoy a special pregame ceremony beginning at 12:30. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0. Encarnacion with RBI ground out. Changeup. Seager fly to center deep. Run down on the track by Kevin Pillar. Estrada had 1 previous encounter with the Mariners. It's 0-1 here at Safeco Field.
Estrada, even though his fastball is only around 90s, off-speed pitches have been very, very effective. That slow curve, changeup, and cutter. Just enough to keep the Mariner hitters off balance.
Ball 2 strikes. Going the other way. Left fielder's right there, though. Manny Valencia. Nelson Cruz walked on 4 pitches. By total avoidance in his first appearance.
Yeah, he wanted no part of him, didn't he?
While Cruz on 4 pitches. Got Cano to pop the center on a 3-1 kick. Line drive, base hit. Nelson Cruz. 2-out base hit, sets it up for Cano.
Well, he jumps all over that first pitch from Estrada. I wonder what the exit speed on this one was. We've seen in the past he's gotten as high as 119.
I think that was one here on a Sunday against Texas earlier in the year.
And it was a very similar ball, too.
Yeah.
Fastball down and in. It was just a low line drive in the left.
Told you about Cruz's good numbers against Toronto. Robbie Cano, of course, playing so many years in New York. 282 career against Toronto with 22 homers and 87 runs batted in. Popped it up. Navarro and Donaldson take a look. No play. Donaldson's already shown some heroics when Navarro was working on a perfect game earlier in the year, and he dove into the stands to make a play.
Kind of strange. He goes out with his bare hand. That's an unusual effort. I think it was it Kevin Mitchell?
Oh yeah, running to the corner at San Diego. Yeah, that's a great catch.
It was almost as if Mitch forgot he had a glove on his left hand. It's all the others catch it.
Caught his foul territory. That was a great catch.
Kevin Mitchell, the former Seattle Mariner.
That was funny. Here's the 0-1. Willie Mays in the story says, "Oh, I made that catch a few times."
Yeah, Willie was one of those guys. He probably didn't need a glove out there.
I hear you. You know, batting in the cleanup spot, a lot of recent success. 5th game. Batting 4th. Started tonight 8 for 16 in that spot. Navarro wants to pitch up. Gets it there out of the zone. 1-2.
Yeah, I think that success has really come from a slight change to his approach, moving it back towards the middle of the field, staying inside that baseball. We've seen him starting to drive the ball to left center and center field.
1-2. Off the fist, down the line, out of play. Scott Kazmir, who was supposed to start yesterday against these Jays, and then he was traded early in the morning. Well, he pitches for his new club today, Houston. First start, goes 7 innings. Houston beats Kansas City in KC 4-0.
That might end up being a very big pickup for the Houston Astros.
You had Kazmir to McHugh and Keuchel. Top 3 in the rotation, not bad.
I think if you look at that starting rotation, they needed to add another solid starter. The one thing to be looking for in the second half from Kazmir last year, really struggled in the second half. He went from 2.38 to I think it was like 5.35 at the end of the season. So really struggling in that second half as his innings started to add up. But the Astros are probably happy just with that one win right here tonight.
Good start, going 7 innings. Cano really adding on to the pitch count for Estrada.
Blue Jay defense playing Robbie straight up.
That's playable. Reyes has got it. Inning over. Another runner stranded for the Mariners, who played 3. Estrada and the Jays 1-0. LB history. Take you back to 1977. The Long Island potato farmer Carl Yastrzemski hit his 400th career home run off of Mike Morgan. Morgan had been with the Dodgers prior to going to Oakland. That was in the 7th inning in a 7-3 win, Fenway Park. Yaz finished his career with 452 home runs. Currently ranks 37th in the all-time home run leaderboard. A Hall of Famer.
Yeah, hit number 400 off of the former Mariner, Mike Morgan.
Encarnacion, Justin Smoke, and Deanna Navarro, 4, 5, and 6 in the order. The Jays against Felix.
Dave, we were talking about flipping cards in the schoolyard. I'm guessing you did this as well when you played stickball. Carl Yastrzemski's batting stance was one of the ones that you would always emulate.
I grew up in a National League town, so we didn't do it as much, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I grew up in Philly, so we were more.
Maybe Willie Stargell?
Absolutely. He and McCovey. No doubt about it.
I bet there's some young folks emulating this guy right here. They've been Encarnacion.
You can punish a baseball, Kenny. He had it. I had it. Oh, he's wearing it from his boys.
Those hands are going to hurt for about 5 innings. He's going to wake up in the morning going, what did I do yesterday?
He's going to wrap a cold blue can in it is what he's going to do. 2-1 pitch. Well, never. Goes a flip underhand. Encarnacion is retired. The Yankees coming off a sweep at home against Baltimore. They go to Minnesota, and Paul Molitor's club pounds the Yankees 10-1. Sano, Hunter, Plouffe, and Dozier all had homers. Phil Hughes, the ex-Yankee, with 7. Pineda gave up 5 runs at 5 2/3. That Sano kid, wait till you see him. Big 6'4". You probably seen him in MLB Network.
Big young man.
Yeah.
One of their top prospects, Minnesota Twins. They've got quite a few, don't they? Buxton?
Yeah, I have not seen him yet. There's Smoke. Center field. Jackson's got it. 2 outs. Time now for a CenturyLink What's Next. And Drew Hutchinson was expected to pitch tonight. Got pushed back to go against former Blue Jay, Jay Happ. Jay with a 4-5 record. High batting averages against both men. Quick 2 outs here in the 4th. Switch hitting catcher Deanna Navarro. Struck out on an 0-2 pitch. For Felix's first strikeout of the ball game. He's got 3 against 1 walk. Navarro laughing at Felix. You ready? Oh, sneezing fit there. 0-1. The St. Louis Cardinals keep winning 4-2. They beat Atlanta tonight. Foul off. Extra innings again for Detroit, this time at Boston. Red Sox win it 2-1. Final play of that ball game was reviewed for a very long time before it was finally upheld.
And that can start wreaking havoc on your bullpen. Back-to-back extra inning ball games.
Mariners and Tigers combined for close to 15 hours of baseball in that 4-game series. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One of the great sights in Major League Baseball, the King's Court. 2 outs, nobody on. Hit well, right field. Cruz, though, has got it. That'll do it in the 4th inning. Coming up for the Mariners, who trail 1-0. It'll be Seth Smith, followed by Mike Trumbo and Logan Morrison. got it right in front of him. Turns his back, and that's a fatal mistake. Here comes Reyes. He scores 1-0 Jays. Jose Reyes healthy. We didn't see him last time in May when we were up in Toronto. I wonder if he's going for second, because he's the champion of that one.
He's not going to get to sleep anytime soon.
No. And dentist on speed dial. Seth Smith, Mark Trumbo, Logan Morrison. Mariners, no runs on 2 hits. Estrada struck out 3, walked 2. Breaking ball for strike 1. Smitty struck out on a 1-2 pitch, leading off the second. Off the end of the bat, and it comes back fair. Donaldson will eat it. Base hit.
Oh, baby. Seth Smith could not have rolled that ball out there with his hand any better than this.
Wow.
Just cues it right off the end of the bat. It's got a nice tight spin on it. It just hugs that line.
4-ball corner pocket.
Oh, boy. Look at that ball continuing to spin as Donaldson gets his bare hand on it. He's got no chance. Just puts it in his back pocket. Line drive in the books.
Amen. Trumbo walked in a 3-2 pitch. First time up. Good hear Greg Gibson say ball out.
Good spot here for a Trumbo jumbo.
There we go. Fly ball, right field, deep. Bautista running out of room, and there it is! Your Trumbo jumbo, Dave Valley, way to call it! 2-run homer for Mike Trumbo, and the Mariners have a 2-1 lead.
Trumbo showing some great power going the opposite way. This was not a bad pitch from Estrada. Just on the outside corner. But Trumbo, big and strong, just drives it out there. Take a look at the location. This is down and away. Trumbo not trying to pull it, goes with the pitch. Looks like a nice play out there by the fan. Mariners now with a 2-1 lead.
That is a great moniker. I like it. I'll credit you from now on. The Trumbo Jumbo.
I'm sure somebody said that before me.
No, but it works.
Great approach right there as Trumbo stayed through that baseball on the outer half. Fans got to, you better text mom and say, hey, mom,
you're on TV.
I got one.
You're on TV, my man. Everybody.
What would our kids do without cell phones nowadays?
Don't ask.
They'd have to talk.
355 feet. That was impressive. 1-1 to Morrison. Broken bat. Look out. Look out. That into the stands. Looks like everybody's okay.
Wow.
Jagged edge.
That's a sharp edge.
Smoke took it to the bag.
Alaska Airlines Supermo shows us this as that bat just implodes. And that bat head just goes pinwheeling into the stands. Always good to see nobody getting hurt.
Smoke made the play at first for out number 1. It's Brad Miller. Runners hit the corners and Brad struck out in his first at bat. Mark Trumbo with a home run is 3rd. RBIs 12 and 13.
Felix has got a lead. How about that?
3-0 to Brad. Trumbo's first homer in just under 2 weeks. And a 4-pitch walk to Brad Miller. It's the 3rd walk issued by Estrada. Brings up Mike Zunino. Good action out in the pen. Friday night they were here early. And the Blue Jays colors well represented among all the Mariner fans. Don't forget fireworks after tonight's game as they get the Maple Leaf out there.
Bringing their own flags. I drove to the ballpark through downtown today. A lot of Blue Jay fans were on their way walking towards the ballpark.
Good atmosphere here tonight on a Friday. Stands have filled up a lot since first pitch. Looks like we're going to be well over 40,000. 0-1. Mike's got a battle here with 2 strikes. Mike trying to get a bunt down yesterday and wound up doubling down the left field line. Brought in the game-winning run. Did he go? Did not. Look for Mike maybe to shorten up the swing here a little bit.
Yeah, I think anytime you get 2 strikes, I like that approach. You see some of the great hitters even of today. Joey Votto, guy that's just putting up some big numbers this season. With 2 strikes, he'll choke up a couple of inches, just trying to make good solid contact.
Mike's got it to a 2-2 count. They give him the entire right side to second baseman Travis is pretty much up the middle. There's a huge hole right side. 2-2 pitch. He's got a good eye there. 3-2. Austin Jackson on deck. John Gibbons Ball Club now down 2-1 thanks to Mark Trumbo. 2-run homer. 3-2 to Mike Z. Pops it out of play. Zunino had some long at-bats on Monday. Great night for him. He went 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. 3-2 pitch. Solidly struck. Deep right center field. Pilar's not going to get it. One hop into the stands. That ground rule double. That's going to cost the Mariners a run. Because Miller was flying. Tough break, but Mike hit it hard. Good to see him deliver with 2 strikes.
Well, and I like the approach of Zunino in this at-bat. With 2 strikes, he takes the ball the other way, drives it into that right center field gap. That ball had some giddy up on it as it hits the track. But you can see how he stays inside that baseball. Hits the dirt and just hops up over the wall.
Dave, you know this as well as anybody. Mike can get out of the 169, 170 range, get his batting average up to 230 with his power. Be a big boost to this ball club trying to make a run here in the last 60-something games.
You know, last year he hit 22 home runs. There's no question that the thunder is in the back. The more he makes solid contact, the more those numbers are going to increase. And I think it really comes down to having that confidence. He's been struggling all season long, but you got a guy like Edgar Martinez speaking into your life, speaking into your mind about your approach day in and day out. It will get better, and we've already seen it getting better for Mike Zunino.
10th double for Mike. Hitting streak to 5 games. Here's Austin Jackson with a chance to pick up a couple more runs. Austin a ground out and a strikeout tonight. 1 out In at the corners for Toronto. Fly ball base hit, a pick up one. Good speed at third with Brad Miller. Going to get Tepera is up. Ryan Tepera. Here's the 1-0 pitch. 1-1.
Middle infielder's back. The corners are in. For Austin Jackson, the approach would be just thinking about hitting a ground ball back up the middle.
Way out front. 78-mile-an-hour changeup. Good pitch. 1-2.
There's a good changeup right here by Estrada. You can see just how far out Alaska Airlines Supermost shows us. He's out front.
One and two. In the dirt. Need to pick up some runs. John Gibbons' team 293 runners in scoring position. The Mariners at the other end of the spectrum at 210 entering tonight. Two and two. Fights it off. Texas leads at Anaheim 3-1, top of the sixth. Bay series at San Francisco. Oakland trailing the Giants now 4-1 into 3. Two. Struck him out. Second time Jackson's K. That's 4 strikeouts in a night for Estrada. There's 2 away with runners at second and third here in the fourth. Stick around after the game. Mariners post game presented by Delta Airlines comes your way with Brad and Bill. Your base runners for the Mariners. Hungry for a hit. Kyle Seager fly to center and line out to left. Fouled off. Inning started with Seth Smith cueing one off the end of his bat. Went down the third base line and took a right-hand turn. 1-0 pitch to the next hitter, Mark Trumbo, and he powered one out right field. Morrison grounded out the first. Walk to Miller. Zunino ground rule double. Strikeout Jackson. Here's the 0-1. We're on the third. He's out. Oh, man, that's a killer. That is a killer. An absolute killer. The Trumbo Jumbo puts the Mariners in front. 2-run homer by Mark. 2-1 Seattle.
Yeah, quick snap throw right here as Josh Donaldson blocks the play. Now, if you're a catcher doing this, they probably would have called him safe, but he comes a long way. He's playing Kyle Seager to pull, but you can see his entire body is in front of third base. Now, they might have to make a new rule here, or you're not allowed to block the bag at third base.
Well, Josh, an ex-catcher does an unbelievable job.
Yeah, Alaska Airlines Supermo shows us that left foot hitting the right knee of Josh Donaldson before that collision. But that can't happen, Dave. Those are the things on the field that if you're going to win, those things cannot happen.
There's Danny Valencia to lead it off. 2-1 Mariners. Danny took a called third strike his first time. Josh Donaldson, nice play and good timing with Ian Navarro.
You know, one of the things, if you're on third base and you know you got caught off, you've got to be diving back. You can't take your time going back. Take a look here. Josh Donaldson, they had this play on. Donaldson takes off as the pitch is on his way to get over there in time to catch the ball, block third base, and apply the tag.
An off-speed pitch. Felix ahead 1-2. He's got 3 strikeouts. He's walked 1 tonight. You can hear the Kings court. You know what they want. 1-2. Off of Zunino's glove. Couple of costly plays. That base running error there by Miller, and then Morrison turning his back on Reyes, allowing that first run to score in the first inning. Hopefully they do not come back to bite the Mariners. 1-2.
You just put yourself in a hole where you have to overcome those mistakes to win. They're in a winning position right now, but without those, winning's a little bit easier. Without giving up those runs or those extra outs.
2-2. Cano shading up the middle against Valencia. Outfield pretty much straight away. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Got him. Strikeout number 4 for the King. 3 of them looking. Twice he's gotten Valencia looking.
Yeah, Valencia doesn't like this one right here. The Alaska Airlines Supermo showing that great form by Felix Hernandez. Little two-seam. You can see the spin on this as that ball comes inside in this. Yeah. Is showing us that it is a little bit inside.
Greg Gibson, home plate umpire. 1 out, brings up Kevin Pillar, the center fielder. Keep him off the bags too. He's got 15 stolen bases, only been caught 3 times. Nice young player. He did go, says Greg Gibson. Didn't need any help from Jim Joyce at first. And 2 is the count. 0-2. Seager with a nice backhand. That's plenty of time. Throws him out. Good play. Join us for EQC Girls Night Out. It's set for Friday, August 7th. Mariners will be taking on the Rangers. For just $40, you're going to get a main or terrace club seat, a great-looking Mariners cap, and your first drink. So visit mariners.com/girls for tickets. 2 outs here in the G's, top of the 5th. Evan Travis, strike 1 to him. And second baseman grounded out to shortstop. The Mariners' longest win streak so far has been 4 games. They're going to get back into this wild card race. They're going to have to really get hot and stay hot for a while. After tonight's 64 games remain. Seager, quality play, Lomo. Got contacted just a little bit by Travis. Everybody seems to be okay. Nice inning for Felix Hernandez. 1-2-3 go the Jays, and the Kings got a 2-1 lead. Sponsor the BNSF Blast. And by AM/PM, too much good stuff. Good to have you with us this Friday night. Mariners opening up a home series. 3 games here with the Toronto Blue Jays. The Arizona Diamondbacks to follow. Dave Valley joining us here tonight. I'm Dave Sims. The Root Sports crew. Felix Hernandez, a 2-1 lead. Felix with 4 Ks against 1 walk. Kyle Seager to lead it off here in the 5th. Be Seager, Cruz, and Cano, 2, 3, and 4. Kyle was at the dish when Brad Miller was picked off at third base with the 3rd out in the 4th inning.
David, even in that situation, just one other thing from a thought process. If you're on third base, there's 2 outs, and you've got Kyle Seager up at the plate. There's really no need to get extra lead over there because ball in contact, they're not going to try to get you at home anyway.
To Kyle. Wide center lined out to left. What do you think of Estrada so far?
He's been tough. You know, with the 90-mile-an-hour fastball, he's been able to really spot it, use his off-speed stuff. He's had a good changeup here tonight, keeping the Mariners hitters off balance.
Line drive down the line into the corner. Bautista will dig it out, and Seager will get an easy double. Fine start to the Mariners' home 5th for Kyle. His 22nd double extends his hitting streak to 4 ball games.
He just tomahawks this pitch. This is a fastball up in the strike zone. Stays on top and through it. Just drives it down that right field line for a stand-up double. Alaska Airlines Supermo showing that good solid contact by Kyle Seager. He can hit.
Yeah. There's a heart and soul winner again. There's Nelson Cruz. He extended his hitting streak to 4 games. He's 6 for his last 17. He's also walked tonight.
Let's see how Estrada pitches to Nelly Cruz. First at bat, pitched around him, ended up walking him.
Oh boy, what a good cut.
Oh, Nelly'd like to have that one back.
Mariners have leadoff hits the last 2 innings after not getting a leadoff batter on the first 3 innings as Tepera's up for the 2nd time. Oh, 1 pitch. That Seager double was the 6th hit tonight for the Mariners. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error. And they have left 5 on. Run, 2 hits, no errors for Toronto. They've left 2.
There's that changeup right on the outside corner. It's a little like two-seamer. Very similar to Felix's. Not as hard. Doesn't move as much, but moves in that same way. He starts it off the plate, comes up back, and catches that outside corner.
Now he's been a pretty good hitter with 2 strikes on him. 1-2. Pulls that one. Charging Donaldson. Uh-oh, Seager. And everybody's safe. It looked like Seager might have been caught up. Everybody safe. First and third for Robinson Cano. Base hit for Cruz. His 2nd tonight.
Now take a look here. This is a ball down the third baseline. Donaldson has to charge. Now this is where you'd want your shortstop beating Seager to third base, but Jose Reyes takes his time. It looks like Donaldson tries to stop, realizes that Reyes is not behind him, and then by then Nelly Cruz was hustling down the first base line. Here's another look at it right here. And then finally Reyes comes into your screen after Kyle Seager had already beat him to third.
First and third, nobody out. Chance for some damage here from Cano. Ball 1, Robbie tonight. Fly to center, pop to short. Riding a 4-game hitting streak. 2-1 Mariners on a Mark Trumbo 4th inning 2-run homer. His 3rd. Right center field. Scoring is Seager. Nelly Cruz digging for third. Cano to second. They're going to wave Cruz. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. 4-1 Mariners.
Robbie Cano comes up big right here for the Seattle Mariners. They're trying to throw a fastball up. You see the Navarro giving a high target, but Robbie gets on top of this pitch and drives it into the right center field gap. The ball gets stuck right there, and that gives Nelly Cruz the ability to come around third base for Rich Donnelly to wave him in and to score easily.
One of the things we love about Nelson Cruz, he is always hustling. Big man can run. Turn it loose, big man. Coming around to score, and the Mariners have a 4-1 lead. Pitching change, but the Jays will take a timeout. Be right back.
hashtag Where I Root. Some Mariner fans in attendance tonight. That would include Zach Powers rooting for the home team with his nephew here at the ballpark. Looks like they're having a terrific time. Oh, these couples, what's going on? You got a Mariners fan to the right, Emily, her boyfriend to the left. Hopefully they can get things worked out. Emily, the happier of the two right now, no doubt about that. And same story here, although it's Scott who's the Mariners fan. They may have some counseling in their future as we send it upstairs to Dave. And Dave.
Tom, thank you so much. Good inning here for the Mariners. 3 consecutive hits, double, infield hit, 2-run triple. Robbie Cano's first triple of the season, extends his hitting streak to 5 games. Picks up a couple RBIs. He's got 38. Drawn in infield for Seth Smith. New pitcher Ryan Tepera.
Blue Jays realize with the way Felix is pitching, every run is going to be very difficult to make up. The numbers for Tepera: 18 games, 0-1 record, 2.75 ERA.
One. Seth tonight with a strikeout off the end of the cue stick infield base hit. Trying to pick up Cano at third. Robbie's first triple of the season. Drawn in infield. Travis will hold the runner. Throw out Smith.
Here's the number for Estrada tonight. 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. All of those were earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts on 94 pitches. Still responsible for Robinson Cano over on third base after his first triple of the season with 2 RBIs.
Here's Mark, who went Trumbo Jumbo, 2-run homer last time in the 4th.
That home run by Trumbo was out to right field off of Marco Estrada. The guy right there in the middle. I believe he was a left-hander, caught that one. Yeah, he's eating that ice cream with his left hand too.
A bit late, and that went off the helmet of the catcher Navarro. 0-2.
He's looking pretty hitterish up there right now. He's had some good swings here tonight, showing that good power to right field. Right now looking to just knock that runner in from third base here with only 1 out.
4-1 Mariner lead. 1 out, runner at third. Pitch. Oh, it chased the pitch way out of the zone. 2 outs. Take a look at our Big Fish Casino big catch. Trumbo's home run. And look at the reaction of the guy on the left. That's a nice catch by the left-hander.
Look at that face from his buddy.
Big glove reached in front of the Blue Jay fan. Good job.
Yeah, you can't let that Blue Jay fan catch that.
Hand it all away. Yeah. Lomo could pick up the run.
I hope his family's taping the game here tonight so he could have that on his highlight reel.
Need to get this run. Cano at third. 2 outs. Lomo with a base hit to center and a ground out to first so far. One pitch. 2-1. Logan Morrison. Being rooted on by Mariner fans here. 2-1 count, 2 outs, a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Trying to get something done against 27-year-old Ryan Tepera out of Lake Jackson, Texas. Pitch outside. All 3. Almost a 6-man to the plate here in the 5th inning. Brad Miller on deck. Good pitch. 3-1 here for Lomo. Got under it. Long foul ball and well out of play. 3-2.
That last pitch just getting a piece of that inside corner. Just got in on the hands of Logan Morrison just a bit.
Trying to give Felix Hernandez some more cushion. 4-1 lead now.
And the M's, I believe, tonight are just 1 for 4 with a runner on third with 1 or less outs. Those are just some easy runs right there that you got to pick up just to give a little bit more breathing room. Felix has got a 3-run lead.
Cano's at third. 2 outs. Full count to Morrison. Perez ready. 3-2 pitch. Gets away. Here comes Cano. There'll be no play at the plate. 5-1 Mariners. Morrison's aboard with a walk.
Yeah, Logan Morrison did a good job here of getting out of the way of this pitch. It looked like it was going to clip him on his knee. Let's take another look right here. Yeah, he just barely gets out of the way.
Gets out of the way. Yep.
Ball getting a piece of the leather of the glove of Navarro. Hits the umpire on the right ankle. The M's pick up an easy one, making it 5-1 Mariners.
Goes off of Greg Gibson.
You know, you'll take them any way you can get them.
Absolutely. A wild pitch scores the Mariners' 5th run. Brad Miller fouls off strike 1.
They did give that a wild pitch, huh?
Yes, sir.
I disagree with that one. I think that might have been a pass ball.
I hear you.
Ball was in the air all the time, all the way.
Popped up. Reyes is under it. Great inning for the Mariners. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left, and they've given Felix a 5-1 lead. Focus Dave Alley on Felix Hernandez.
Always a good thing to focus on when it's King's Court night.
0-2.
Felix showing good command of all of his pitches here again tonight. He's got only 64 pitches so far through 5 innings. He has been very efficient, showing good command of his fastball and that great changeup. Danny Valencia not liking that one. Here's his line so far, only giving up 2 hits, 1 run. That was not earned. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts on those 64 pitches.
3 of the 4 strikeouts have been looking. He's got the always tough Jose Reyes.
Reyes is the only one who's got a hit off of Felix here tonight. He's got both. He's the one guy on this team you do want to keep off the bases because he can create some things out there.
Such a good player, but he's been a victim over the years, you know, what the hamstrings can go on him. Slashes this one to center field, cruising back to get it. Austin Jackson one away. First time they've retired Reyes. 1 out here in the 6th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Dave Sims along with Dave Valley tonight and tomorrow. 5-1. Mariners on top of the Blue Jays. Josh Donaldson 0 for 2. Ground out to Seager at third and a strikeout looking. Speed pitch hitting way out in front.
Mariners caught a break on a play on a ground ball to Josh Donaldson that allowed Nelson Cruz to get a base hit and get to first base as Kyle Seager came around second.
1-1. He did to Jim Joyce at first base. Ball and 2 strikes for Josh Donaldson. 3rd and runs scored, 3rd in hits in the American League. Top 10 in home runs as well. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Felix with 5 strikeouts. They're 2 down here in the 6th.
There's that hard changeup from Felix Hernandez. This pitch has so much movement as he throws that circle change. Not too many guys in the game of baseball throw a changeup at 89 miles an hour with the type of movement that it comes out of Felix's hands. The thing I like about the way Felix throws it, he doesn't try to paint the corners with it. He tries to throw it right over the plate but down out of the strike zone, which makes it very difficult not to swing at it.
Bautista didn't like that call. He thought it was up and out of the zone. A strike to Joey Bats, who's walked and grounded out to third. Foul ball. Pretty impressive feat by Felix Hernandez. He's gone 5 2/3. South Baseball's #1 scoring team to a run on 2 hits.
He's found a nice little groove here. Other than the 2 hits to Reyes, he's been working ahead.
0-2 to Bautista. Backed him off. Two.
Kings Court looking for one more right here.
2-2 pitch. Count runs full. Encarnacion's on deck. Bautista played for Lloyd McClendon back in the early 90s in Pittsburgh. Here's a 3-2. hit a ton. Deep and gone. Joey bats with a home run, his 21st, his 66th RBI. And the Jays on the board again. It's 5-2. Seattle got it on a 3-2 pitch. Third career home run against Felix. And he can hit him.
Bautista laid off some tough pitches from Felix Hernandez, and Felix ends up coming in with his pitch located up and out over the plate. That same changeup, but more elevated in the zone. Bautista, one of the best home run hitters in the game of baseball, jumps all over this one and hits it off the hand-operated scoreboard out there in left field.
Bautista, 66 runs batted in, moves into the top spot in the American League.
He's got that big high leg kick, generates so much power.
1-0 to Encarnacion, down low, 2-0. No doubt about it. The King's Court was instantly silenced as soon as they heard it and saw it. 374 feet. 3-0 to Encarnacion. That's the 11th home run given up by Felix, 5th to a right-hander.
Well, Dave, this is one team that you can't really count them out, even with Felix out there on the mound. They've averaged 5.3 runs a game.
And they can get them in a hurry. One time we were doing a game here a couple of weeks ago. I'm looking down at my computer and they were down 8-0. I came back to it a few seconds later. It was 8-7. I was like, seriously? Line drive through the hole, base hit. Here they come. 2 outs.
Yeah, the one good thing is you don't mind the solo home runs. They're not the ones that are going to break your back.
Oh, it's the walk, an error, then a bomb.
Encarnacion a little bit out in front of that changeup. Still able to get a good piece of the bat on the ball.
Hard for me to believe that he's a 232 hitter, because in my mind's eye he's about a 322 hitter against the Mariners. I mean, it's ridiculous. Here's Justin Smoke, former Mariner, 0 for 2, lined out to left, fly to center. Strike one to Smoke. A lot of hugs and warm greetings. The Big Smokey when the Jays came out in the latter stages of the Mariners batting practice. There's the 0-1 from Felix. Boy, he pulled a string on him. 81 miles an hour.
Good curveball right there. Good sharp break. That's what Felix does so well. He speeds the bat up and slows it down.
Felix sitting on 5 strikeouts, and he's 0-2 to Smoke with a runner aboard, a run in. 5-2 Mariners. Pitch up and in. 1-2. Five strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs on 4 hits. Reyes has 2 of the hits. Bautista home run and an Encarnacion single. 1-2, Smoke struck him out. Half a dozen strikeouts for the King. 2 in this inning. Gives up a home run to Bautista, but the Mariners still have the lead at 5-2. Sports is being brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by Jack in the Box. If the Mariners win, mention Mariners for a free Jumbo Jack with purchase tomorrow at Jack in the Box. 5-2 Mariner lead, bottom 6. Mike Zunino leads off. He did go. You can hear the question asked by Greg Gibson, answered by Jim Joyce. Strike one. Zunino, Austin Jackson, and Kyle Seager. Ground rule double for Mike last time up, extended his hitting streak to 5 games. Zunino, Jackson, and Seager here in the 6th. Mike Trumbo, 2-run homer. 2-run triple by Robinson Cano. Another run scored on a wild pitch. Easy play. 1 out. Want to win tickets to Jamie Moyer bobblehead night on Saturday, August 8th? Text Moyer to 71532. And you can win 2 tickets in the Commissioner's Box. Plus, your very own 7-inch collectible of the winningest pitcher in Mariners history. Austin Jackson due for base hit here. Ground out, 2 strikeouts. All at the hands of starter Marco Estrada. Great crowd tonight that has joined us here at Safeco Field. 43,328. 3rd largest crowd of the season. Big numbers expected for tomorrow afternoon's 1:10 start. And don't forget to bring your food to contribute on Northwest Harvest. 2-0 to Jackson. Outside ball to Reyes. Closing out. Tough night for Austin, 0 for 4. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. 2 more games with the Jays, then the Diamondbacks come to town, and then how about the Minnesota Twins, 2nd place in the Central Division. We'll go to Denver, then back in the division on August 7th. My goodness, August is right on our doorstep. Be home for August 7th and take on the Texas Rangers. Shift on for Kyle Seager. Kyle with a double to right center field last time up. He's 1 for 3. Nelson Cruz has extended his hitting streak to 4. Seager taking his to 4. Cano to 4. Zunino, 5-game hitting streak. And beneficiary tonight, Felix Hernandez. He's doing his part with 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs on 4 hits. No play for the left fielder Valencia. 1 and 2, 2 outs in the 6th.
Blue Jays really just trying to stay away from Kyle Seager all night long. Navarro just set up on that outside corner.
Mentioned 3rd largest crowd of the season. Opening day was the largest, 45,906, and then May 16th against Boston, 45,056. First one, opening day, 45,907. Check that swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nelson Cruz on deck. Two-two to Kyle. Off the mask of the catcher Navarro. 2-2. Texas top of the 8th, leads at Anaheim 4-1. Oakland losing at the Giants 6-1. 2-2 pitch. Good inning. It's his second strikeout. Moves down the Mariners 1-2-3 in the 6th. Seattle leads 5-2. Felix Hernandez and the Mariners have a 5-2 lead here at Safeco Field. Here's a look at Felix's line to this point.
Felix giving up only 4 hits, 2 runs. 1 of those were earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts.
Take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. We look at the East. Yankees drubbed tonight by Minnesota. Their lead down to 5 games. 5-score pileup. Boston. Really, boy, they got to a point where they were about 7 out. Then they lost 8 in a row.
And they looked like they were poised for a little run.
Yeah.
But that All-Star break really slowed them down, took the wind out of their sails as the Angels swept them down in Los Angeles.
Jays catcher Deanna Navarro leads off. He's struck out and lined out to right. He'll be followed by Danny Valencia and Kevin Pillar. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays won in Oakland yesterday. There's former Mariner Steve Delabar heating up. Jays did take 2 of 3 in Oakland, including yesterday's game, but they've lost 11 of their last 18 road tilts. Easy play, left field, Seth Smith. One away. Celebrate Jamie Moyer, the 9th member of the Mariners Hall of Fame, with a special luncheon in his honor on August 7th. Enjoy a meal in the Safeco Field infield and listen to great stories and memories from Jamie and other Mariner legends, including J. Edgar and Sweet Lou. Visit Mariners.com/Jamie for more info. Valencia, the left fielders, twice been called out on strikes. Strike 1. Good night at the ballpark. Put that in a family file. There we go.
That's a good selfie right there.
That'll be going out to grandma and all the aunts and uncles, and if it hasn't gone already. Ground ball to Miller. Throws out Valencia. 2 away. 2 away. 7th inning, and support those who protect our West. Now until August 31st, a portion of every purchase of Coors Banquet will be donated to the Wildland Firefighter Foundation. Learn more about the foundation and the Protect Our West program at WFFoundation.org. Kevin Pillar twice grounded out to Seager. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk for Felix Hernandez. Gave up a home run in the 6th to Bautista, his 21st. Loaded. 2 real good attempts to knock it down. Seeing guys single. 2 outs in the 7th.
Yeah, this just threads the needle through the left side, just out of the reach of Kyle Seager and just out of the reach of Brad Miller. Wow. That's what you need, that little was it go-go gadget?
Yes, sir. That's right. Oh, boy. 2 outs, men aboard. Evan Travis. A couple of ground outs, pulls this one foul.
Felix now with 93 pitches.
Devin Travis, first team all ACC performer at Florida State University. First year in the bigs, highly regarded. 3 seasons in the minor leagues, he had 323.
And here's an interesting note. Felix has been tougher the more times he faces a lineup during the game. First time through the lineup, opponents are hitting .236. After the 7th inning or later, he's limiting the opponents to just 148 average.
There you go.
Which is almost the absolute opposite of every other pitcher in the major leagues.
Because familiarity, right? You feel like you get a little read on a guy, right? Doesn't work so well in this case. Felix sitting on 6 strikeouts, 0-2 pitch. Put it in play, but foul.
As you look at those statistics right there, going to the 7th inning or later, you're looking at if he can get through this inning right here, then it brings up the top of the order, starting with Reyes. Very dangerous lineup, guys that can put some runs up on the board quickly. You'd like to maybe see him go out there one more time, get through the tough part of this before he hands it off to the bullpen.
1-2. Last time out Felix pitched against the Yankees, that was in New York on a brutally hot day. Lost about 6 pounds that day. Got a no decision, left that game with a 1-1 tie. 1-2 pitch. Line drive into the gap. Pilar can motor. He's going to get to third easily. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th. Base hit for Travis.
Devin Travis just fights his pitch off. Mike Zunino set up on the inside part of the plate, jams him a little bit, but because it's elevated in the strike zone, he's able to fight it off over the infield.
Rick Waite's coming out for word. There's Mark Lowe. Starts to get heated up. Mark Lowe, outstanding in yesterday's ball game. 2 innings, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts.
Felix 97 pitches right here.
This a big at bat as Mark Lowe speeds up the process. Jose Reyes has had a good night with 2 hits and a stolen base and a run scored. 2 for 3. 5-2 ball game, and Reyes represents the tying run. Intercepted corners. Felix trying to pitch his way out of trouble. Strike 1.
Jose Reyes gets a big swing at this curveball down and in. Alaska Airlines Supermo shows us he just gets a piece of it.
Outfield straight away for Reyes. The 0-1 pitch. 0-2. Boy, he took a good rip at that. Reyes got some pop, too. Nice middle infielder. He's got 4 home runs. Driven in 33. This is a very important out. Deep into the gotta-have-it territory. Reyes, 32 years old. The 0-2 pitch. Struck him out! Felix Hernandez with a big moment here at Safeco Field. Strands 2 in the 7th, and the Mariner lead stays at 5-2. Mind as you consider how Washington's lottery win would change your bucket list. Play today. Dave Sims, Dave Valley Root Sports Crew on hand. Big crowd, 43,328. Going to see Nelson Cruz, Robinson Cano, and Seth Smith coming up here in the home 7th. Kudos again, Dave Valley, to Felix Hernandez. He needed a strikeout, got it on 3 pitches against a tough hitter in Jose Reyes, and with that K, 2,075 strikeouts. He passed the great Fernando Valenzuela for 55th on the all-time strikeout list.
And that last pitch to Reyes was just a big, sharp curveball, something that Reyes hadn't seen a lot in the game. It was Reyes who had gotten Felix for 2 hits already here tonight.
And to your point, doesn't look like he's done yet. He hadn't pulled his shirt out.
The left side's out.
Oh, it is out. Okay. At one point there, didn't look like it was out. Like he was getting some attaboys from Rick Waits. Steve Delabar, the former Mariner, takes over. Nelly Cruz, his first hitter. Two-hit night for Nelly with a walk. Delabar, the great story. Pitching was in Major League Baseball and worked his way in professional baseball, and then had an unusual operation, got some screws put in his elbow, and wound up having to sit out. Coaching high school, throwing the ball pretty well. Next thing you know, hey,
teaching, doing a little teaching.
Yeah, hey, you got good stuff, man. Next thing you know, back in the majors. Good one. 3-1 to Cruz. You see something he likes. He is going to attack it. Robbie Cano, first triple of the season last time up. 3-1 in LA. Took a whip at it.
Yes, he did.
Full count. Cruz 2 for 6 against Delabar. Two lead for the Mariners. 3-2 payoff. Line drive, base hit into the gap for Nelson Cruz. Out of the box hard. Gonna dig for two. Pilar gets the ball back in. Benelli is in with the leadoff double here in the seventh. 3 consecutive hits for the big man. It's his 15th double.
Love the way Nelson Cruz goes after with 2 strikes there. We talked about shortening up. Take a look at this. He just reaches out, nice short stroke, taking the barrel of the bat right to the baseball and hitting this ball hard enough that it goes all the way deep into the right center field gap for a double. Great approach.
3 for 3 runs scored and a walk for Cruz. Hitting streak to 4 games brings up Cano. 5-game hitting streak with a triple. Brought in 2 last time up. Looked like a do-over on that pitch, especially since he's 5 for 9 against Steve Delabar.
Bobby with that 2-run triple in the 5th inning. Also came around and scored a run.
Got his triple to deep right center field. Pretty much the same neighborhood where Cruz just visited. Save on that fastball at 95 by Navarro. 1-1. Take Mark Lowe. Might be up next here for the Mariners. Now we're trying to pick up another RBI. He's got 38 now. 2 driven in last inning. Last at bat, rather. Ball 2. Seager, Cruz, and Cano certainly all got hot at the same time. Seager's hitting streak to 4, Cruz to 4, and Cano to 5. 2-1. Moved the runner over. Travis throws him out. But with 1 out, the Mariners have a runner at third. Nice at bat by Robinson Cano. They'll get a lot of attaboys in the dugout. Prove your on bus percentage. Riding is easy. Just ask our rider's guide, available at soundtransit.org. Nice job by Cano.
You like to see that. That's winning baseball right there. Not a great pitch to do much of anything else with, but when you're looking to just move the runner over, hitting the ball on the ground to the right side, now you will just want Seth Smith to kind of complete the play right here.
Drawn in infield. Smitty way out front. Strike 1.
Nelly Cruz on third base.
Fly ball left field, not deep. Cruz tags Valencia. Will get it back in. Hits the cutoff man. Cruz holds at second. 2 outs. Runner at third for Mark Trumbo. Time for Alexis pitching matchup. And the starters. Here's a look at what they did. Marco Estrada knocked out after 4. Looks like Felix is done after 7 and 100 pitches.
Great night by Felix Hernandez. With his King Court in session, he shows up and gets the job done. Looks like he's got a new haircut too.
Well, this guy looks like a satisfied customer. He got to see his favorite player produce quite well tonight. Love seeing those when we're on the road. Walk, 2-run homer, and a strikeout for Trumbo tonight. High pop. Second baseman Travis goes back. A leadoff double by Cruz, getting to third. Can't score him. 7 complete. Mark Lowe's been outstanding. He's going to take over. 5-2 Mariners. Safeco Field. Lots to like about Felix Hernandez's 20th start, Dave Alley.
Just a very efficient night by the King here tonight. He had all of his pitches working. Good curveball, excellent change, great command of his fastball, able to paint the outside, paint the inside right here. Locked up a lot of a very good offensive team in the Toronto Blue Jays. You got to remember, these guys score 5.3 runs per game on average, and Felix went through them very easily.
Gave up the home run to Jose Bautista in the 6th. Probably the most impressive run they scored here tonight. Here's a look at what he did.
Yeah, Felix gave up only 6 hits in those 7 innings. 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. Only 1 walk, 7 strikeouts on a exact 100 pitches here tonight.
Mark Lowe within the heart of the order now. 2, 3, and 4 for the Jays. Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion. Good a 3. Good a trio as we have in the American League. Way out front again. The slider's been very effective for Lowe this year.
What a great addition to this bullpen Mark Lowe has been.
He was nails yesterday. A couple strikeouts looking. Marte and J.D. Martinez in the 8th. And in the 9th inning yesterday, struck out Castellanos. Gave up a base hit. 2 base hits. There was a runner caught stealing and a strikeout to end the inning.
He's got 11 holes and 43 strikeouts in only 32 innings.
1-2 pitch.
But as you mentioned, Dave, this is a gauntlet right here. Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion.
1-2 pitch from Mark. Zanino, low target. Got it there, but out of the zone. 2-2. Outfitter and Donaldson, 2-2 pitch. Full count. Bautista's on deck. Donaldson 0 for 1 against Mark. 3-2 pitch. Donaldson leading off here in the 8th. Popped it up. Medium center field. Jackson for the catch. Now, 1 out here in the 8th inning, and make sure you're on hand for the 11th annual Stitch and Pitch Night here at Safeco Field on Tuesday. Join other fans who will be knitting and sewing while enjoying Mariners baseball. This specially priced ticket is $15. Includes a Mariners tote and is available now only at mariners.com/stitch. Ball got away in the bullpen. That's why there's a stoppage. Here's Jose Bautista, 1 for 4 against Mark Lowe. A walk, a ground out to third, and a long home run left field off the hand-operated scoreboard. That accounted for the Jays' second run. That came in the 6th. Ball 1. Left field. Smith has a beat on it. On the track, makes the catch. You can hear the breath leave the bodies of Mariner fans in this building and probably at home too.
Yeah, saw a deep sigh of relief from Mark Lowe out there on the mound. He looked like he thought he had given up another one. Bautista got this one just a little bit too high up there in the air. As that ball dies just in front of the wall out in left field.
Here's Encarnacion. 1 for 3 with an RBI. Strike one. Nubber down the first baseline at Lomo Field had turned his back on Reyes, who was at third base. That was back in the first inning, and Reyes beat the throw home. Just outside, 1-1. Great crowd on hand, 43,328, third largest crowd of the season here at Safeco Field. Strike 1 and 2. Mariners get a 2-run homer. 4th inning off the bat of Mark Trumbo, his 3rd of the year. Next inning, 2-run triple from Cano, his first triple of the season. Then Cano scored on a wild pitch. Carson Smith, he's getting ready for the 9th. 1-2.
Mark Lowe's got that nice tight little slider. Doesn't show, tough to pick up the spin because it is so tight, but has that late movement. Makes it very difficult to barrel up.
Encarnacion fouled it off. Foul went off his body there. Greg Gibson, home plate umpire, giving him a few seconds to shake it off. One and two. 2 out. Nobody on. Two and two with Justin Smoke on deck.
They continue to just stay away from Encarnacion. Maxinino not even thinking about going on the inner half here.
Good. Line should nonetheless. A hard base hit to left field.
There's not much else you could do with that pitch right there. Down out of the strike zone, and Encarnacion still able to hit a line drive to left.
Here's your pitching matchups. Our CenturyLink What's Next. Don't forget tomorrow, day game. A rare Saturday day game here in Seattle. 12:30. We're on the air. Drew Hutchinson against former Blue Jay Jay Happ. And then Sunday, same time, 12:30. Mark Burley, who's been outstanding, goes against Taijuan Walker, who's had moments of brilliance this season. Torchlight Parade tomorrow night. That's why the Mariners have an afternoon tilt. And Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, they are the Grand Marshals. Torchlight Parade. And the Capitol Hill Block Party is going on all weekend. So all kinds of good stuff happening here in Seattle. 1-0 to Smoke. Way out front. Mike Zunino, Mark Lowe, they know how the American League attacks Smoke over these last 4 or 5 years. A pattern unchanged here tonight. 1-1 pitch.
Yeah, that's one thing when you do play with your teammates. You don't typically start to think about, well, how would I get this guy out? But after you watching them over and over and over, you start to see those patterns. And ultimately, not everyone gets to play with one team their entire career like Edgar Martinez did.
1-2. Line drive, center field. Jackson's got it. Inning over. Encarnacion with a harmless 8th inning single. Mariners with the lead at 5-2.
Hashtag where I root. Let's see where some of the photos are coming in from. How about Arizona and the Grand Canyon? Cassie Thompson sending in that gorgeous shot. That's where she's cheering the Mariners on from tonight. Alyssa Johnson and friend getting in their one game a series. I like that plan of attack. Well done. And how about these young fellas? They got some signed baseballs from Robinson Cano and Nelson Cruz. That's how it ought to be when you head on out to the ballpark. Let's send it upstairs to Dave and Dave.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Steve Delabar continues. Logan Morrison leading off. Bottom third of the order. Morrison, Brad Miller, and Mike Zunino. Morrison with a base hit in the second on a 1-2 pitch. Reached out, got the barrel to it. Reached across the plate, got a base hit. Second inning, sends in a ground out in the walk. Lomo. Got a good count, 3-1. Brad Miller's on deck. Second time Morrison's walk. Back-to-back plate appearances. He's drawing a walk. First walk by Delabar. Make sure you follow the Mariners wherever you are. MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, statcast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Brad Miller, strikeout, walk, and a pop-up. 0-1.
Ham's looking to move that runner into scoring position. And one more run on here as the Mariners leading 5-2. Never hurts to play a little add-on baseball.
Man, gotta have it. Big part of any kind of success you want to have. Donaldson charging from third. Miller didn't show bunt. Takes ball 2. Trumbo, 2-run homer in the 4th. Cano, 2-run triple in the 5th. Cano scored on a wild pitch later on in the same inning. 5 Mariner runs. 2-0 to Brad. In there for a strike.
Ooh, it took a long time for the home plate umpire to call that pitch a strike.
Runner goes. Swung on. Missed. Throw down to second. Good hands by Reyes. Applied the tag. Lomo caught stealing. Just second time this year. He's 5 out of 7 base stealing. 2-6 on the putout.
A little hit and run right here, but a tremendous play by Jose Reyes. This ball is bounced in the dirt. Keeps that glove down and quiet. Makes the pick and applies the tag all in one motion. Logan Morrison caught at second base.
2-2 to Brad Miller. Struck him out. Goes to Navarro, throwing down to complete it. K2-3. 2 outs. Do you live in Alaska? And would you like to win a VIP trip to Seattle? And you have until July 31st to send us a photo and story telling us why you're the ultimate fan. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. First strikeout for Delabar. 2 outs here in the Mariner 8th. Mike Zunino. Mike with a ground rule double, 4th inning. Bounced over the right center field fence. It's a tough break because he had an RBI hit. Miller was going to score from first.
I think the best part of that at bat, it was 2 strikes. Mike shortened up, went the other way. Still has that great power to be able to one-hop the wall out there in deep right center field.
On it 2. Five runs on 9 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Toronto. 1-2 to Z. Fouls it off.
We've seen a lot better at bats from Mike Zunino over the past few weeks. Shortening up with 2 strikes. That's something that you just have to do when you're battling the way he has been. And he's seen some success off of it, including that double tier tonight.
1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2.
Edgar Martinez is having an impact already here. He's been here just about a month. Takes time for a new coach, a new hitting coach, to start talking to his players, and you know, for them to gain that confidence, and what he's telling them is actually going to work.
2-2 to Zunino. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Delabar. 9th inning coming up. Navarro, Valencia, Pilar will all face that man Carson Smith. 5-2 Mariners.
Here's what's coming your way on Mariners postgame, presented by Delta Airlines. Well, first of all, a terrific fireworks show, so be sure and stick around from that. We'll also hear from the skipper, Lloyd McClendon. Mark Trumbo talking about his home run, and we hope anyway, King Felix will be talking about win number 12. Upstairs now to Dave and Dave.
Tom, thanks so much. Top 9, 5-2 Mariner lead. Carson Smith, Mariners closer. Here's what he's done.
41 games with a record of 1-2. The ERA of just 1.82. He's got 51 strikeouts over 39 2/3 innings, giving up only 2 runs, 2 home runs, and opponents are hitting 183 off the right-hander. Carson Smith with that good sinker slider combo, showing some great poise as a closer early on here in his career.
Switch hitting catcher Deanna Navarro, 0 for 3, leads off. Blue Jays took a 1-0 lead in the first. Mariners come back with the Trumbo home run in the fourth to take the lead. Built that lead in the fifth with 3 runs, and it has kept the Blue Jay fans, and there are many of them here amongst the 43,328, kept them quiet. Lloyd McClendon last year, talking about last year when Toronto was here, said, I was shocked when I walked out here, heard all that noise. Ball and 2 strikes.
Carson's got good move on his fastball here tonight. That last one, 88 miles an hour, just on the outside corner. Looks like he's going to stay out there.
1-2 pitch. Count goes to 2-2. Puts it in play right to Brad Miller. Throws out the Blue Jay catcher for out number 1. Bring up Danny Valencia, the left fielder. He struck out twice looking at the hands of Felix Hernandez and grounded out to short. 7 innings for Felix, 6 hits, 2-run ball, 1 earned, 1 walk, 7 Ks in 100 pitches. Felix 2 outs away from joining Dallas Keuchel as the American League's only 12-game winners. Another easy play for Brad Miller. 2 down.
Carson Smith staying right there in the strike zone, getting the Blue Jays put the ball in play. 2 easy ground balls to short. 2 outs here.
Kings Court having a great night. They saw their guys strike out 7. They saw the hitters and Mariners had built high hopes on come through, extending hitting streaks, and now Carson Smith with 2 down. Kevin Pillar twice grounded out to Seager and single to left. 1-0 pitch. Missed inside, 2-0. Robbie Cano with his first triple of the season drove in 2 runs. And he scored on a wild pitch. 3-run 5th inning for the Mariners. Here's the 2-0 from Carson Smith. There's a strike, 2-1. Mike Trumbo, big blast. The Dave Valley caller said we need a jumbo trombone. He came through. 2-1 pitch. 2-2.
Yeah, the best part about that home run was just the approach of Mark Trumbo. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, and he hit it out there just over the wall to right field.
To Carson Smith, 2 outs and a 2-2 pitch to Kevin Pillar. Struck him out. Mariners win the ball game. For the first time, the Mariners go back-to-back victories since June 30 and July 1st at San Diego. Boy, do they need that. They beat the Toronto Blue Jays by the final of 5-2. And Felix wins game number 12. And a save for Carson Smith. Good work all around. The hitting was good tonight. Timely hitting. As Carson Smith, he picks up another save, his 9th. A lot of good stuff, Dave.
It really was. You know, looking at Robinson Cano with his first triple of the season to go along with 2 RBIs. Carson Smith, a tremendous job again at the back end, going 1, 2, 3 in the 9th inning. How nice is that to have a quick, easy inning and a nice save for Carson Smith? Mike Zunino doing a nice job as well, driving the ball to right center field. I know Lloyd McClendon is going to sleep a little bit better tonight. Great to have a first win back home to start their homestand.
First back-to-back win since June 30 and July 1 at San Diego. Here's the Kings' numbers. Good stuff after a rocky first inning. 100 pitches. Gives up 2 runs, only 1 earned.
Yeah, Felix, you think about the year that this guy is having. He's quality starts has in 15 of his 20 starts this season, including 5 in his last 5 starts. Tonight was just another gem by the King here tonight.
Time for a Seattle City Light power play. And Dave Valley, you called it jumbo trumbo. Need one, and he delivers right here.
This is a tough pitch right here. This was not something that was a mistake. It was located perfectly on the outside corner, but he's so big, so strong, able to hit the ball out of the ballpark to right field.
Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now. Jen Mueller standing by with Mark Trumbo.
We will get to that home run in just a second, guys. But first, Mark, the approach against Estrada tonight, what was it? Because you roughed him up for more runs than he's given up in a month.
You got to battle. He's got good stuff. And we had talked about it before. We had some ideas, at least, like usual. But fortunately, when we got some pitches today, we were able to capitalize.
You with a 2-run homer to right. How does hitting to right field kind of unlock the keys to success for you?
Well, if you're using the whole field, there's it's a lot of territory out there, and fortunately today that snuck over. But it's a good sign, I think, for anybody when they're able to kind of go the other way, because most guys can pull the ball too.
And finally, prior to joining the Mariners, you faced Felix more than any other opponent in your career. What did you see when he got dialed in today?
I mean, it's nasty. That's what we've always known, and he gets better as the game goes, which is the most impressive thing to me. Is after the 4th, 5th, 6th inning, it's his game, and he's going to get it done.
He certainly did. So did the rest of the team. Go inside and enjoy this one. Mark, congratulations. As Felix picks up win number 12, the Mariners win back-to-back games. Not a bad way to start a homestand. Brad Adam and Bill Kruger.
Jen, not bad at all. Yes, up in the booth as we get set for a fireworks show. What a show for the Mariners and Felix Hernandez. First time going back-to-back in the win column since June 30th, July 1st. And you had kind of a feeling once he gets out of that first inning with just 1 run, very little damage, he kind of settles in and you figured this is going to be Felix's night.
Yeah, a lot of big right-handed swingers. That seemed to be a good recipe for Felix being successful. He absolutely was. This Toronto club, a big scoring club, but Felix, with all that great off-speed stuff and the occasional located fastball, really dazzled the Jays tonight.
And we talked about his struggles against the Jays, coming in 6-6. Just 1-2 with a big Ernie here at Safeco Field, but he turns the tables on the Jays in game 1 of the set. Mariners take it 5-2. Jackson, Cano, Miller, they get to celebrate. Come on in, Smith. You get to celebrate as well. We do too. Fireworks show coming up. Mariners post game presented by Delta Airlines.